What's up? What's up? This is Roger Cook, aka DJ Cook 'em Up, and this is another edition of Louisiana Unleashed. Today we got Donald Burton, a local bodybuilder, on the set. My first time ever having a bodybuilder on the set, and before we start, we're gonna wish him well in his career because before the interview we were talking, man, it's really hard work, and he's gonna explain to you why. It's not just about the gym. It's about a whole array of stuff. But welcome to the show, Donald.
All right.
Glad to have you here. So, where you from?
I'm originally from Hammond, Louisiana. I'm a native there in Hammond, and I moved to Ponchatoula, Louisiana about 13 years ago.
Okay. And the bodybuilding thing, how long have you been into that?
Something I've been wanting to do as a child. Here in my late adulthood, I finally got an opportunity to do it and start training for it about a year ago. And just here recently, about a year ago, started entering into competitions.
Okay. And the competitions that you're in, they are, did you win any of them or what?
My very first one, I won my class. It's broken down into several different classes. And then you have a chance to win the overall from all the classes together. And I placed second in that, and I had a couple of shows in between where I placed decent, and my last show I did win the overall show.
Okay, and then you're right here from Hammond. You work out in the area?
I work out in Ponchatoula.
Okay, and do you have any other bodybuilders in the area besides yourself?
I have a couple guys here local with me,
Okay.
and we all just now starting into the game.
Okay, so that industry is not big in the area. Like you don't have any competitions here in Ponchatoula or Hammond?
Here within Ponchatoula and Hammond, it's starting to grow. It's not too
Okay.
many for us in the outskirts cities.
So they will have, they're about to start having competitions, bodybuilding competition here in the parish.
Well, actually, me and another person are really trying to get a venue here within Hammond or Ponchatoula area, but as of now, everything's about 50 miles out.
Okay, and that's good. We need to bring that, bring that to the area. Maybe we get more businesses here to do that kind of stuff.
Right.
So you've been in any national competitions yet?
Well, actually, I'm training now to maybe do a national show in August of 2017.
Okay. Your training process, what does that consist of?
Well, actually, the training process becomes pretty much your lifestyle. Something you gotta eat, you gotta breathe, becomes like a religion.
Right.
Something that you gotta do day in and day out. Right now, this is considered an off season, so what you try to do is put on quality muscle mass, by staying on a pretty strict diet, but getting in the macronutrients and different other things, and real intense training.
Okay. So I never knew. You said off season. You have an off season for bodybuilding also?
Yeah. Competitions start up. You want to give your body or your physique 12 to 16 weeks to try to diet down and get conditioned for a show. Once the shows are over, pretty much around this month, you got a few months to try to put on some mass, some muscle. Okay. Some people do dirty bulking, which is they eat what they want. But this year I'm trying to just stay leaner, so that's eating, quality foods and still getting, your macros in.
Okay. Okay. And your diet as a bodybuilder, it's something you teach yourself, or you have to somebody have to train you?
Well, some people are self-educated. They Google the internet, different websites to see what works. But majority of people do hire nutrition coaches, which the coach also himself is trying to learn your body. And once you see what's working for you, you kind of stick to that regimen for its nutrition.
Okay, and it's more of a commitment as when you first start out to get adapted to all the way you eat, the lifestyle.
Right. Yeah, most definitely. They say drugs is pretty, it's something that's taken over and real hard for people to get off of or to struggle with. But food is the biggest drug in the world.
Yeah.
If you can control your food, because nobody's with you in that moment of the night,
right,
or you go in the refrigerator and you become disciplined with the food, that's the biggest challenge.
Okay.
But to keep it going is something that you have to pretty much do here to it's over with.
Okay.
So I'll learn to try to keep my food intake clean even on the off season.
Okay. So it's a commitment, and it's
definitely
and a lifestyle, like you said.
Very hard for I would say it's maybe a 5% group here, people that can do this nationwide, maybe 5 to 10% that does it the right way.
Okay. Okay, and then no, when you're in the competition, you can't have any steroids or any.
Right.
It's all natural.
Well, I'm all natural. Right now on this level here, they don't test, but you know, unfortunately in the industry, you know, synthetics are being used. But you know, by me doing it all natural, to me it keeps me healthy, and you know, you kind of keep what you work for.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Now, if somebody wanted to get into bodybuilding, as far as not just the gym but the business of it, I mean, what advice would you give them about just getting into? I want to be a professional bodybuilder. You know, it takes certain things to do.
Actually, there's a lot of footwork. It's just unfortunately you can't just work out and jump into it. You know, it's years of training, years of eating right, years of doing cardiovascular. Started entering these shows to get your get your feet wet and start learning the routine of it. Once in it, there's different levels. You win your local shows, and then you go to your national shows. You do good in your national shows, you qualify and get a pro card for the IFBB.
Okay.
Once that's done, you start to make some money from it. But between then and now, you kind of, like anything else, you kind of dishing out money until you get to that point.
Okay. So you don't have a personal trainer. You do all the stuff yourself, or you?
As far as my training goes, I do majority of it myself. I did hire a nutrition coach or a prep coach,
Okay.
where they kind of dial you in for the shows, because it's more scientific than it is, that most people think it is. It's scientific. It's about, negatives and positives of what you're putting in your body.
This is surprising to me because you played football and you worked out for strength. You wasn't really physique bodybuilder, but it's strange that how different it is than just working out.
Right, and that's the thing to it. Bodybuilding is more of an art and symmetry. You're trying to get your muscle groups to look pretty, look defined, and also look proportionate.
Right.
And in order to do that, it is just like working out when you're in high school, playing football at college. Yeah, you build strength and power.
Yeah.
Same protocol, but for different avenues.
So it would be you different exercises for the chest and different ways to.
Right. The thing that works for me is always constantly changing up my programs, because the body, like anything else, it adapts, it slows down, it fights against what you're trying to do. But putting intense workouts in and putting stress on your muscle and your nervous system with proper nutrition brings results.
You said a proper nutrition. You said that a lot. So that's really a big factor.
Very big factor. I believe you could work out all day long. If you don't put in a nutrition, you're not going to grow. You don't do the right nutrition, you're not going to lean down or get to where your results are. It's definitely nutrition is to me one of the biggest. And pretty much it's like I said, when I say it's scientific, it's very scientific. Your calorie intake, let's say regular 2,000, 2,500 carbs to maintain body weight. You're trying to build muscle, you up your protein, different other supplements go in there. Your water intake, everything has to be in on a consistent scale, day in, day out. I mean, if you miss one day, it will show. So,
really?
Yes.
So it's like a religion. It's like you definitely got to stay focused.
Yeah, it's very demanding. The thing about it, people want to hold on to the things they do, the things they eat, and think that they can continue that. But now that we're getting older, even with our younger kids, you have to get some type of regimen to stay where you need to go.
Okay. So this would be the off season for you. So you'll start working out and.
Right. I started in my off season like maybe a week after my last show, which was in July. And like I said, this year I'm kind of just staying relatively clean, eating 6 to 8 meals a day, high amount of protein. The key to me to kind of keeping your body in a lean, position is watching your carb intake. Your protein pretty much does build muscle, but your carbohydrates and your fats is where your weight gain come from.
Okay. So it's really a science. I want you to think about it. So if like somebody wanted to get into bodybuilding, not just working out to look good, if they wanted to get into bodybuilding,
right?
What would you suggest them do first?
Well, the first thing is to, to have a talk with themselves and see if there's something they really want to do. Right. I had a couple of friends that were trying to compete in the latest show, and they were doing well, but they actually seen the realizations of this and how hard it is, especially, if you got a family, or jobs, you got to figure a way to put all this time in.
Right.
But the first thing to do is see if you really want to do it, actually get in there, get familiarized with the program, get your food groups in, and really learn the science behind it. And it's more than just hitting the iron, I tell you.
Right. You've been professionally doing it for a year, but you've been working out for...
Right. There's the kicker. I've trained for probably, from 18 to 26. I took a 10-year break.
Okay.
And it got a lot out of shape,
Right.
Then I went back to training for 1 year, and from 1 year I went into bodybuilding and started placing pretty decent in my shows.
Okay.
So it didn't take long for the muscle memory to kick in, once you put in the hard work.
The muscle memory. Yeah, I hear that a lot.
You hear it a lot?
So if you worked out before, you pretty much can go back to it and you won't be so far behind.
Yeah, just recently I was doing a little research, and there's a trait that's kind of laying dormant that somebody that bodybuilder worked out 10 years previous to a stalling date. And when they reactivate that trait, the body remembers and start to respond back faster than a normal person would. Okay. So kind of something that's laid back behind.
So is that per se an age? It doesn't matter what age you are?
I would say, if you're younger, it may be harder to develop muscles, but I think that is something that kind of develops within males or females within the 20 to 30-year-old range, and it kind of lays there.
I got a question. This is what I really want to ask. Female bodybuilders, male bodybuilders, does it take a female longer to develop muscle like a bodybuilder?
Well, from what I see in the industry, the females tend to develop muscle a lot faster.
A lot faster?
To me.
Really? Okay.
Yeah.
That's just a question. And I see it and I'm like, wow.
Yeah.
But we thank you for all the information you give us, man, and wish you the best of luck. Thank you for being on Louisiana Unleashed. And this is a local bodybuilder. So y'all look him up. Do you have a Facebook page? Or?
Yeah, you can find my Facebook page on the Donald Hawkzilla Burton.
Okay.
On Facebook page.
What is it again?
Donald Hawkzilla.
Donald Hawkzilla?
Burton.
Okay, Burton on Facebook. But we need to support our bodybuilders. If you got anybody interested in bodybuilding, man, y'all need to jump in it. And like you said, it's a science. It's not just about going there working out. But we wish you the best of luck, man, and hope to see, and we hope that you do an event here locally so we can actually see what goes into it. And if you need any help, please contact us. We'll do what we can do to get that. So we out for right now. We'll see you soon.